Hello, and welcome. My name is Arthur, and this is the Art to Read the channel. And today is a special day, a special episode for everybody, for every poker player in the world, because today is the day when Run It Once new poker room has opened its doors to the public. And this is not just another poker room. This is the poker room from Phil Galfond. We all know Phil. Hi, Phil, if you're watching. And, this is an attempt to create a real competition among established poker players like PokerStars or Party Poker or Edit 8 and others. And, this is a try to do it from another perspective. It's, the motto of this room is from players to players. And let's check it up. Let's make a review and check it up how it lives up to expectations. One disclaimer, this is of course a work in progress and we treat it like that. And Phil told and asked everyone to just play a few hands, give a feedback. And that's exactly what we try to do. And I think the video form is one of the best ways to make the review. So without further ado, let's just dive into that. So the first thing we open after you register and log in and download it from runitoNce.eu, you see the lobby. And one thing which strikes me directly, it's pretty minimalistic lobby, which is fine, but I cannot resize the lobby. I cannot make it bigger. I cannot make things bigger. And guys, yes, it's work in progress, but it's 2019 and kind of adaptive design and resizing is very important. Somehow it bothers me, it frustrates me that I cannot resize this window. So please implement that. It should not be, from the code wise, it should not be so difficult. So Phil, kick your developers and tell them, hey guys, just do that. So this is the first thing. You see the lobby and you see the binds for no limit hold'em. It's 4 euros, 20 euros, 100 euros, 500 euros, and 2,000 euros. And you see the number of players, 371, 79. So not so many players are playing, but hey, that's how it is right now. You see pot limit on Maha, 10, 50, 200, 1000. You see a number of players, like 41 players in total playing, all fine. Now you see some responsible gaming thing, licensing info, and of course, first thing you would like to do is to deposit, right? You want to put some money in, I guess. So now we open Cashier and let's see what we see here. So pretty standard view. You have payment methods like Visa, MasterCard, Trustly, bank transfer, EcoPay, Much Better, Skrill, NetAller, standard thing. Me personally, if possible, I'd like to see their PayPal, but hey, it's fine like this, fair enough. Now, you can of course put any kind of money there, like we will not deposit this amount of money, Phil, sorry for that. So you see support, some address and stuff. But one thing you don't see here, and that bothers and might bother many people. It doesn't bother me because I have full trust in Phil and I have no indication of thinking about any fraud or stuff. But you can see that there is no cash out button, and that is, I think, that is a bad design. The reason for that is, if you would and we understand that there is no cash out option so far yet, it's coming soon with a new update and stuff. But even if there's no cash out, you should design a cash out button and just make it inactive so that people automatically think that, all right, cash out is coming, it's just not yet ready. And I'm not worried. But if people can deposit, but they have no way to cash out their money, this is pretty bad. So again, please make the cash out button indicate when it will be available, or write something here, but just don't leave people without cash out and just cashing in. This just doesn't look right. So this is about deposits, pretty standard. Now, what else do we have here? Of course, available balance, your nickname, game time, stuff like that. So now let's dive into the game. So we'll buy in for 20 euros and see how tables look. All right, so we have an open table here. Let's minimize that. And yeah, so another thing right away out of the box is I cannot resize the table. Guys, I cannot resize the table. This is super important for, multi-tabling, even more than one table, or including run it once to my regular session where I will have this table along other tables. And if I want to stream and, on Twitch, on YouTube, resizing and fitting the table to the right window size of my need is very important. So this has to be the number one feature your developers have to implement immediately, because this is super important. Now let's go through this. So now we have wait for big blind. You see the animations and graphics. Someone might love it, someone might not, but hey, that's how it is. Now let's look into more details here. What tables options and table settings we have? Add money to the table, auto rebuy, mark, pretty standard, cashier, right? And then we go to the global settings, and here we come to another interesting, I'd call it like a little bit strange design choice. Like if we go to sounds, for example, and we want to click on this, like game sounds on, how do I turn it off? Okay, King 6, we just check. We posted the big blind. So game sounds, how do I turn it off and on, guys? How do I do it? You cannot click on it. Why? It doesn't work? What's happening here? No, you have to click on this arrow. Then it opens this menu, and then you can click and save and stuff. I think this is very unconventional way of doing the design of options. It might be confusing to some people, and I'd just let people, for the sake of making faster decisions, just let people choose it directly from here. Like check boxes, not so difficult. Now we go to gameplay, standard stuff. Again, you have this menus here. Okay, here we fold. You have these menus here, which I opened already before. We've lost our connection for some reason. Now we're reconnected. Nice messages. It's fine. What I would prefer also here is to have a history of messages. So now if we get the message like this, or if there's any other message, I'd like to click here and see the message history, what was actually said to me and what happened here, because I guess you want to use this also for tournament announcements or any other announcements. So it'd be pretty cool to see if this is, if there are any announcements I missed. Now, why we didn't reconnect? Why is nothing happening? I'm checking my internet connection, and it works. So it means that after reconnection, the table didn't reconnect itself and didn't connect back, so I have to close it. Now if we go to buy in, rebuy, so standard settings. Now going back to the table, again we have to buy into the table. It's pretty unfortunate that we were not able to continue that hand, but let's buy in back to the table. Another thing which strikes me, of course, many players would love to have more minimalistic view of the table, maybe without those icons, and of course things like changing the image of the avatar and things like that. But pretty important, if I go over the player, yes, I have no reads on him yet, but 0 hands, but I cannot see where this player is coming from. What is his country? And I don't know, it's just nice thing to know where is the player coming from. Now if I mark him red, pretty nice thing that the whole outfit is marked like this, but if I write a note like nice t-shirt man, and I saved it, so I see the note here. And how do I reach this note? I don't know. Yeah, I have to click on the right click on the mouse. It doesn't pop up like as a pop-up. So those small things, they matter. They save time for decision making. And if we go to the previous hand, let's say the review of the hand. Okay, we see some hands happening, but I cannot open hand and I cannot visualize step by step the hand. I can only copy it to clipboard. But when you're playing, you want to be able to see the action, how it went, and you want to visualize and see the opponent's hand if he mucked it much easier than just reading through the hand history. So this has to improve as well, for sure. This is an important moment. Like I use during my sessions, especially playing tournaments, I use replay hands all the time. Like this is, you know, literally the function I use many times per session, and it is very important to have it right. So you can leave and sit out options. You have leave next BB, pretty standard, nothing special there. So again, if I'd summarize it, it's a nice attempt. It's an early product, but please nail very important things like, you know, like resizing the table, super important. Notes, replay, and things like that. Those are things which you need to have for comfortable playing. And okay, we'll call that with King 9, defending our big blind. So this is the last hand we're going to play here. We'll check this, and we'll decide what we do when we see the turn. Okay, the turn is pretty good. So we'll go for 1 force, maybe to induce some crazy bluffs on us. He paid, and now we're going for the big bet. We'll overbet that, just to kind of make it bluffy and just to polarize us and to try to extract as much value as we can. If he calls, I'll just show you what I meant by this. So now we made him think, which is good. The raise is not good, because we definitely cannot fold here. I'm just thinking what he can possibly have, but it's just a call. Queens, all right. So he had a queens, but let's say we want to have a look at the hand, and we have 9 king, and you see it's very hard to read. We cannot visualize it. So yeah, so Phil, thank you very much for doing this. Thank you very much for trying to create a competition. And for all players, competition is always good. It is always better to have more competing companies trying to win customers between each other, because that's how we get better service, better deals, better tournaments, and things like that. But my message to you is try to improve rapidly. Have your devs improving those things, and you know, let's do it, and let's gradually work it out towards the better product. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and leave your comment below if you think it was good. And see you later. See you on Sunday during the grind session. Bye bye.